Because we smashed 10 likes and an absurd amount of help from you guys, we're doing another video. Last video was my first time playing and I survived as this creature. However, in today's video, after grinding for so many days, I present to you the devil, or otherwise known as the Exterreri. Let's just get to the video. On day one, I spawned in and there was already gigantic creatures in front of me, and creatures that attacked me. The only thing I knew I could do was run away, as I definitely had the speed advantage considering its size. However, when I was running away, this fellow dragon saw me in the midst of action, and immediately he did not let me go. He was hungry. So it looped around, he sadly caught me, and then just flamed me down until I was burnt to an absolute crisp. And I really just wanted to give up at this point. Like, I kept dying, and then I'd die again. There was really no chance of survival as the devil. But I gave it one final last attempt. Now the plan was to head to the Oasis. However, I needed to prepare a particular route on how I was going to get there. So the plan was I was going to head from the swamp and hug the skirt of the map. I wanted to go around the dunes and then eventually to the Desert Oasis. However, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face. Later in day one, there was a ginormous creature that had just slaughtered another one. And there was me. I knew that this plan was going to be hard. It was not going to be easy whatsoever. So I continued my journey where I went across multiple lands, hoping to one day reach the Desert Oasis. But I knew I had to take it slow, as this was my last attempt, and when it was nighttime, I decided to have a rest. And on that very night, I survived day one. This was the beginning to a great end. Even though I had a tough start, I couldn't stop now. On day two, creatures became more popular, getting closer and closer to the Desert Oasis. I knew that I had to be extremely cautious and look over my shoulder at any moment, because creatures could be lurking behind me. But there was always this one spot that I had to go to as the devil, and that was the volcano, the place where the devil was born. The goal of this video is to head to the Desert Oasis and survive there. And at the very end, when I finish growing, climb the volcano and jump into its lava. This is only just the beginning. There is so many more days that I had to survive, so many more kills that I had to get. It was just a matter of living. On day two, there was another creature who I thought was friendly, but he ended up taking a bite out of me. So I wanted to hunt him down, though at this very moment, he was far bigger than me and much faster. It could be a risky fight, so I decided to back off and let him move on. And finally on day two, we hit the juvenile stage. I was actually reasonably big now. Obviously not my full potential. I think the adult was about 2 times the size of this, but it was only just the beginning. And the journey continued. To the Oasis we go. I knew that I was reasonably prepared, but the Oasis is a lion's den. Not many people come out of it alive, but I had to go there. And finally, before night, I made it to the Oasis, where it was packed to the brim with some of the most deadliest creatures in the entire game. And then there was me, hiding up in the canyon, knowing that I am pretty much nothing compared to them. But as the devil grew, so did his rage and power. I knew that it was just a matter of time. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support recently. It's been a lot. We just hit 500 subscribers and the content's only going to get better. So please subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000. I need to get monetized. And just comment down below what creature you want me to survive as next. I probably won't have it, as this is my second time playing Creatures of Sonaria, but I just want to say thank you guys. Later in day 5, I decided to return back to the Desert Oasis. and I was gonna permanently stay here for the rest of the video till I finally grew to my elder stage. But as you can see, this was no easy task. I think this was the biggest creature I've ever seen. I think it's brand new to the game. It's like a kaiju of some sort, but it was ginormous, almost the size of the Desert Oasis. So with killers like this in the Oasis, I was pretty horrified. I didn't really know how I could go about with these ginormous things roaming the area. It's like one single strike from them and my entire video is done for. And when it was nighttime, I confidently went into the area with all these creatures around me. I knew this was ballsy, but I had to do it. Otherwise, if you're unconfident, they'll want to kill you. And comparing to my last Creatures of Sonaria video, the Oasis was actually pretty calm. For now, that is. On day 6, it was freezing, and I knew I needed to seek shelter. That wasn't the Oasis, as that was a really deadly spot. So I went for a little run, and I knew that this entire video was going really well. You know, that start obviously was not exceptional, but I was actually growing, and I was soon to be my final form. Later in day 6, I found a perfect spot. There was a water supply, shelter, and it was perfect to keep me company for the night before I went back into the Oasis. When it was dusk, on day 7, I walked back to the Desert Oasis, but something was wrong. There was no creatures around, with a lot of carcasses. I knew that some action had happened when I was asleep in my little cave. I knew that there was a bigger creature than that kaiju, something deadly, something that wiped out the whole Oasis. All I could really do was just stay close to the remaining creatures, as if we fight as a pack, surely we can defeat this beast. And the devil was so close to becoming adult. Later in day 7, I think I found the monster that wiped out all the creatures. It was another different kaiju, but it looked like no other creature was messing with it. And I really don't blame them for that. This thing was ginormous. And a day 7 was a perfect example as why you should be in the center of the Oasis. If you're on the outskirts of it, it's more easier for creatures to pick you apart as you're isolated. Whether you're in the center, if a battle starts between two, it'll most likely involve more. On day 8, I was just trying to grow as fast as I could. I had a water supply, I had a food supply of all these carcasses. Life was going good. It looked like I was actually going to make it to the end of this video. However, in day 8, there was so many sparks of conflict between creatures. There was massive fights in the air with fire and water. And there was ground creatures just going at each other. I knew that tension was rising, and this was going to get harder. However, later in day 8, I finally hit the adult stage. Look at me. The devil was fully grown and fully capable now of attacking creatures. I just had to stay safe, and when I grew, there was a creature right behind me trying to run me down, so I immediately went back to my plan of staying in the center. On day 9, I was pretty much fully grown. You know, it was a real treat being able to live in the Oasis without being attacked. Though there was moments of tension, though there were plenty of carcasses, though there were so many ginormous creatures, it was nice to just live in peace. You know, I had such a rough start. However, I was far from done. I needed to do my main objective, which was head to the volcano when I was fully grown. I knew by the time I was there, I'd be elder and that I can finish this video in peace. Although this is where it got really dangerous. You know, outside of the Oasis, it's pretty much no man's land. Anyone can kill you for any reason. There's not a pack to rely on, it's yourself and predators. But surely it couldn't be that hard, the volcano was reasonably close. However, on day 9, just when I was about to enter the lands of the volcano, a creature flew and attacked me. and eventually I died. But I died in a war that I'm proud of. I thought I gave it a good fight, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If we can smash 25 likes, I'll release a third Creatures of Sonaria video. I don't know if this video will do well, but just hit that like button, guys. It's not that hard. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, yo.